Yeah, it might be difficult to get an interview with like the voice actors from the biggest game of 2015, 2016, and 2017.
Well, my name is Xanthe Huynh. I am a voice actor here in Los Angeles. I mostly do a lot of anime and some video games. You might know me as Yukiyuna and Yukiyuna's Hero, Fuyumi and Blood Lad, Sachi Sword Art Online, Ui and Keion, and most recently I've been announced as Menma in Anohana the Flower we saw that day. And for video games, I've been in the Hyperdimension Neptunia series as Falcom, and most recently as Haru Okumura in Persona 5. So, yay!
And would you say biggest role?
Yeah, I would say it is. At least from the response that I got from it after it was announced, it is definitely the biggest thing that I've been in so far. So it's been pretty cool.
Yeah.
I imagine it must have been like kind of a shock to because Persona is like a huge, huge deal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I wasn't really sure what to expect, but I'm glad that it was taken well, and at least the feedback that I've gotten from people has been positive, so I'm really glad about that.
You did a great job as Haru.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. There's a few questions we have prepared, and the one that we agreed to ask first was, why did you agree to this?
Why did I agree to this?
Yeah.
I don't know, because you asked nicely.
Ah.
I was very polite in those emails.
And like I don't know, I like your style. I kind of went through a few of your videos, so I was like,
oh, really?
Okay.
See, that's what we were concerned about.
Because sometimes I it depends. Sometimes if it's like, if you know, like feel like if I'm not feeling it, then I would just kind of politely decline. And you know, I don't do a lot of interviews, and I'm kind of awkward myself, so I'm just.
No, that's fine. Same with us. It took us months and months to get comfortable with each other.
Yeah. What came to mind, for me at least, was you posted on Twitter that you are indeed playing Persona 5, as like I would expect you to. How did your first playthrough go, and did you max out your own confidant on your first run? Be honest.
I am still. So I'm not a really good gamer. I don't play a lot of games as much as I would like to. I am still in my first round. I have just reached Haru finally, and so I am in the middle of her father's palace right now. So that is as far as I've gotten. So she has not really joined me yet.
Now, one thing that we were very, very curious about is what the auditioning process for Persona 5 was like. How did you find out about Persona 5?
So the weird thing, I don't know what it was like for everybody else, but for me, I actually did not audition. I was just cast in-house. I had worked on, I did additional voices in Shin Megami Tensei 4, and I think from that, I was cast as Haru, and I don't know how or why, but Well,
that seems to be similar to a lot of your co-stars, because we've noticed that a lot of like the characters from particularly Shin Megami Tensei 4 Apocalypse are also people in Persona 5, like Xander Mobus, for example. He was Dagda in Apocalypse, and now he's obviously the protagonist.
Yeah, so I'm not really sure. I never really asked how or why I got it, but yeah, I'm not complaining.
So did I have this image in my head of somebody knocking on your door and showing you a picture of her and like, this is you now. Coming to the studio tomorrow.
Well, all I got was an email like, oh, we have a project we'd like you to work on. Please come in, and I came in, and then after I signed signed my NDAs, then they said, "Oh, by the way, you're working on this," and I was like, "Oh, okay."
Wow, so they didn't even tell you what you were supposed to be keeping quiet about.
No, it was just so secretive. And
Wow.
when I was speaking to the producer, he said that when they were doing testing and everything, everything was hush hush. The people that were working on Persona were quarantined to one corner of the office just so that there were no
really?
leaks whatsoever.
It was that intense.
So, yeah.
Speaking of the developmental side of things, were you ever called back after any of the delays? Or-
I don't think so. During that time.
So you don't know. So we're like conspiracy theorists. So we're really interested in about why the game got delayed like twice. But we assume you know basically nothing about that.
I don't know.
Unless it
anything.
had something to do with the localization.
Right.
But you're lacking knowledge.
Because that's all Atlas. That's all Atlas of USA doing all that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So you don't have any juicy insider knowledge of that.
I'm sorry, but I don't.
No, that's quite all right. We weren't expecting you to. Do you have a favorite character?
I really like Morgana. I think he's very interesting. I want to know what's Morgana's past because I haven't gotten there at all. And is he human? Is he not? And just it. And I think Cassandra just did such an amazing job with him. He's such a fun little character.
Now, sort of a follow-up question to that. If you weren't obligated to cosplay Haru, would there be a second choice in there?
She actually has cosplays of all her characters.
Yeah.
Which is super cool.
Yeah.
Not all of them yet, but I'm trying. If I didn't cosplay as Haru, I think Futaba would be really cool.
Oh, Futaba?
Yeah, I like her style.
I like her boots. They're half the size of her torso. So, about how long would you say did it take for you to voice Haru? Because Persona 5 is a huge game, and you've got a major role in it.
Yeah, I actually don't know, because I don't think I've ever added up how many hours it was, because it was so spaced out. I think it's from April to August or something like that.
Oh,
But,
really?
I didn't come in really often. I'm not sure, compared to some of the others, I'm sure, because my character comes in much later in the game. But
Yeah.
but yeah, I did quite a lot, and yeah, and it was fun. I mean, it was easy to slip into her character. She's very much I feel like she's a lot like me in personality, and yeah.
Yeah, because many of us, we have this, I don't know, there's almost this mystique to voice acting, I think. There's, kind of this mystery to the, us commoners that is, I don't know, there's something about it that's interesting. What's the auditioning process like and all?
Mm-hmm.
Now we find out.
What to you, it's probably just going into the office every day. There's nothing too exciting about it.
Oh no, I feel like with any voice acting job, I feel like there's always a sense of, for me, it's always an excitement, what's going to happen, because we don't know what's happening. A lot of times we don't get to see the script ahead of time, so we just have to go in with an open mind. Anything could happen, especially in the realm of video games. All sorts of mysterious magical things happen, and you just have to go, okay, and this is life now.
Yeah.
Do you at all feel spoiled on the game because you were in it?
You mean doing the voiceover before I played the game?
Yeah.
I kind of don't, because well, so far at least, because I didn't know what happened in the first half. I just jumped into my character and then continued from there voiceover wise. And even now, like, it's because all the lines that I didn't have the other characters' lines. I have no idea what I'm talking what I'm responding to half the time.
Yeah, you don't know who you're talking to.
And then also there's all the different responses to the things that the protagonist will say. Depending on what you choose, their responses are different.
Mhm.
And so you do all the recordings for those. And so I feel like it doesn't spoil too much. And like also I think my memory is not that great, so I don't remember everything. I remember bits and parts of things, but you go so fast that it's like, okay, I don't really remember specifics, especially when people ask me for quotes and things. I'm like, I don't really remember. Otherwise, I would have like the memory of like a god because I can't remember.
Yeah, you can't be expect to remember hundreds and hundreds of lines.
Yeah, especially if you say them like once or twice.
Yeah.
One of my favorite lines, this happens in Haru's Confidant, I like the end, where you can either like ask to date her or not, is when you say no.
Oh, how dare you!
Don't tell her you rejected her to her face.
I'm sorry. Maybe next playthrough 1, Makoto was my boo.
But why didn't you choose me?
Oh, we were hoping we would get you to say something as Haru.
This is how interviews with Fither go, huh?
Yeah.
This is the first one.
Yeah, I think this is the first interview we've ever gotten with anybody.
You're the first, and you're going to be
consider it an honor, I guess.
An honor, huh?
So, here's one. Do you have any favorite personas from the game so far?
Favorite personas. I have to think a bit. Because there's so many.
I honestly don't remember about 40% of their names.
Yeah, and then it gets really annoying when I'm trying to fuse them. Because then I'm like, wait, which one's that one? Do I want to keep that one, or do I want to fuse that one?
I remember what they look like totally perfectly. It's just the names that escape me sometimes.
Yeah.
When you guys played through, did you, like, right at the beginning, fuse the protagonist's first?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's something you're forced to do.
I didn't. I still have it.
Oh, really?
I've been trying to, like how you can sacrifice to level them up. I've been trying to do that with him, but it's so slow. It's very sad.
Yeah.
I'm just one of those types that just can't let go, even though I don't use that. I don't use him at all. It's just like
Right, it hurts to get rid of him because he's so cool.
yeah, it's so cool. And then it's just like, well, right now you're just kind of taking up a slot.
Yeah, some people will do like crazy nonsense stuff where they'll go through the whole game with just the first persona.
Yeah. This is especially
it's
easier.
his. The others keep
Yeah, that's his persona.
And like, why can't you keep his? I was surprised that that he was an option to fuse with the other personas, but I was just like, no. Yeah, I just like his design a lot. For some reason, when you said quote, I just thought of like Morgana's like, kind of like, go to bed. Just like, no, but I don't want to go to bed, but I can't do anything.
Oh, so
else.
you two have experienced the let's not do that tonight suffering.
Yeah.
Every single time. I just want lockpicks.
Morgana acts like you come home just like crawling on your knees trying to get upstairs. Like, I'm really not that tired.
Who is too tired to make coffee?
Right? Just let me make coffee. I need the SP.
So what was it that made you want to do voice acting?
I had done theater in high school, and I was at the time that I was in college, and then I watch a lot of anime, and
Oh yeah?
and then just one day I just kind of put the two together because I forget what show it was, but there was a character that was like really annoying, and I was like, oh, I feel like I could do better than this, and then I went, oh, I could do better. better than this. I should become a voice actor. This is brilliant. Kind of like eye-opening moment that I'm sure a lot of people get. But for me, I didn't even realize that voice acting could be a job. I had no idea how to get into it and all that. But I guess it's kind of like any kind of acting. But yeah, that was my moment of when I realized I wanted to do voice acting, and I knew absolutely nothing about it. And I was talking with some of my friends during a rehearsal that I wanted to do it, and one of my friends said, "Oh, they do open auditions at Anime Expo. Maybe you should do that, because I think that you can get a job out of it or something." And so I did, and that's how I just got my start into it. And I did the competition. I made it as a finalist. I didn't win, but I still got called into the studio to audition for them, which was really lucky and really cool. And that's pretty much how I got started into it. And I didn't know anything about it. I kind of learned on the job, kind of just like fake it till you make it kind of thing. But I think that because I had studied acting beforehand, that it kind of gave me a leg up and helped me really ease into it. And also, like, I don't have to worry about how I look as you would especially on camera. With my size and look, I would probably be just doing background Disney for the rest of my life or something.
Yeah.
That sounds miserable. You chose wisely.
At least with voiceover, I can be any creature, thing, or
Creature.
Any gender.
Do you have any pro tips for people wanting to get into voice acting? Because all the time I hear people say, like, I really want to do voice acting, but I don't know how to start.
Well, I feel like the way that I got into it is not very typical. But
Right.
but I think definitely, get some acting experience under your belt, like take some classes, get training, because that's really, I feel like, what really helped me get into it.
Yeah, do some more, like, traditional stuff.
Yeah, or even if you just, like, take classes and, like, practice reading, learning how to, really emote using words, because, you can't use, your expressions, your facial expressions or anything like that, because it's not seen. How does it all translate into voice?
Right.
And yeah, I think I was going somewhere with this, but I kind of forgot. I had such a profound moment. But yeah, I think that's where you want to start, and save up money. It's so expensive. Acting classes are expensive, and just keep training even when you're working. I mean, I'm still taking voice acting classes all the time. Just try to get better, trying to stay up with what's current, and it helps to see other people work too, like in a classroom setting. The last class I took had a lot of really talented people. It was amazing just to see them work and how they approach and take direction, just so you get an idea of, like, what you're up against, and try to see what you can steal from them.
Steal from them. Spoken like a true Phantom Thief.
And, you can make your own confidants in class as well. Really, like, people that I've met in classes, like, 10 years ago, like where they are in the industry now, it's kind of cool to see their paths.
Yeah, one person I always think about is Kira Buckland, because I remember her. She was just some silly little voice actress girl on Newgrounds doing stuff, and now she's like 2B in Nier Automata, which is like one of the biggest games of the year.
I remember when I met Kira, because we were in the competition together. She was
Oh, really?
She was the winner that year. And she was so nice.
That's really weird. I mentioned her completely out of nowhere. She's like an important part of the story.
She was, yeah. We were in the competition together. She won that year, and she was super nice to me. Even afterwards, she said, "Oh, you should join in the voice acting alliance." I think at the time is what she mentioned to me. And I was like, "Yeah, okay, cool. I'll check it out." And I went on, and I was like, "I don't understand any of this. I don't have a mic. I don't know how to do anything. I don't know how to record from home." So I didn't. I was not a part of that scene. I wish I was a little bit more, proactive about that. But it wasn't until a lot later that I bought my own home setup.
I'll let you in on a little secret. You probably already know this, but Persona 5 is going to end up being a little media empire all to its own, just like how Persona 4 was. Yeah, because I'm sure, this is another one of those mysterious things that we don't know, but I assume when you're a character, you're pretty much always the first one who gets called up. Like, if in 2 weeks Persona 5 2 comes out or something, I assume they'll call you first to be like, "You want to be Haru again?"
I sure hope so. It'd be disappointing if they were like, "Oh, well, no, we decided to go with this person instead now." And just like, no, why?
After they decided you were perfect for it. And just called you out of the blue.
Your story about how you became Haru is so funny to us, because we were picturing, like, some kind of bloodbath trying to get this this role.
And usually it is, but I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Why it was different this time. And, yeah, I mean, I'm happy it turned out the way it did for me, but,
I think it just might be the way Atlas handles things, because like you said, they were very, very secretive. So my assumption is that they'd rather not go through the stress of hiring people that they're not familiar with, that might, leak information.
Oh, that's...
So it's easier to just say, "Oh, she was da-da-da. Yeah, let's hire her again. She was good."
That sounds possible. I mean, if they don't want to do auditions and then all of these people that weren't cast know about the project.
Right. They steal the scripts and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Or whatever else.
Yeah, I mean, that's also possible. That would be like a lot of people that you're, trusting to not say anything.
Yeah, we thought you did such a good job with Haru. We would be very let down if you weren't Haru in every Persona 5 thing to come.
Thank you. I'm glad you liked it.
Yeah. One thing about your voice that we think is really great is that you can really pull off, like, the cutesy girl voice very well. And we feel like a lot of the time, English speakers especially have kind of trouble pulling that off. That's my favorite. When she's saying, like, really serious stuff, but she's still got that really cute voice. One of my favorite lines is, I forget specifically what she says, but it's when you're in Mementos. She's like, "Don't you find it funny when you kill a shadow that's begging for its life?" Like, what?
It's always the little shy ones.
Yeah. You gotta watch out for the shy ones.
Yeah, I forgot that we had a lot of those little random lines that we recorded for Mementos.
Oh yeah, there's tons of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I remember talking to one of my friends that did testing, and she said, she's played through it probably more than 6 times. I don't remember how many times. She went through it many, many times for testing, and she said, like, she still would find new things in Mementos.
Oh yeah, I'm sure there's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of those different little quips they say.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm a sick person, so I just wanted to hear her say a swear word, like any of them in the sentence.
I don't think she ever said a bad word. She's such a perfect little cupcake. Yeah, she's a
She's
lady.
a proper lady, yes.
She holds her battle axe with her pinky up.
I thought that was very interesting for her to, like, have this really meek demeanor and carry a battle axe.
And grenade launchers.
Yeah. She has the heavy artillery,
Yeah. She's got a lot of, like, pent-up aggression, which I really like. I think that's funny.
It's not easy being an Okumura,
Yeah, I know. Getting driven around in limousines and stuff, stressful.
She also had that really nasty fiance.
Oh, that guy's horrible. He's the worst.
Awful human being. A lot of the people in Persona 5 are awful human beings.
They're pretty bad.
Yeah, they're yeah.
It's definitely a very, very mature game.
It is. A lot of the topics are, yeah.
Oh yeah, it's really messed up.
It's more like she doesn't know how to swear, I feel like.
She's never learned them.
Yeah. It'd just be more like, oh, darn!
It's close enough.
I promise never to do it again. I feel like her and also Hanayo from Love Live, they really are a lot like me. Hanayo is like pretty much like how I was in high school, or at least like where she starts off is very, very shy, almost.
Yeah.
Kind of, and had to be pushed into doing things that she wanted to do. Like, for me, it was like I was too shy to really want to be involved, and then I started doing theater. That was something that I really wanted to secretly do, and I ended up doing it.
And that got you out of your little shell.
Yeah, it did.
I know from experience that just like talking and doing YouTube videos and stuff, it makes you a better speaker. It makes you better at talking to people.
Yeah.
It is a skill, and you just have to practice or just continuously do it and then get better. It's so funny. Like a friend of mine, we just decided to watch the very first anime that I was in, and the whole time I was like, "Oh no, turn it off!" But at the time, I was very proud of it. But now I'm like, "Oh, that is."
I get this. I feel the same way when watching like my old videos. I'm like, what was wrong with me?
Delete everything.
It does not exist.
Unless, of course, that's the stuff that you watched that got you to agree to this. In that case, keep it up.
Just out of curiosity, what did you watch from our channel?
I can't remember. I think it was your when you went through the confidants, and I don't remember. I may have just like clicked through some of them, but I remember watching the confidant ones.
All right.
So I was like,
those are pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah. Those are among the more.
you could have found worse.
If you dig deep, you'll find the real trash. That, like, I was tempted to say, delete it before sending this email, so she never sees it.
Yeah, we're very, very thankful for you doing this. I don't think we thanked you properly yet for coming on to this.
Oh no, it's my pleasure. This has been very fun, actually.
Oh, one more thing before we end this. Do you believe in the Phantom Thieves?
I do.
You think they exist?
I really hope so, because there's a certain somebody that I really wish they would steal his heart.
Oh, who could that be?
Oh, who could it be? I saw this really great, I really love those Obama and Joe Biden memes. And,
Oh yeah, those.
And have you seen the one where he's saying like, "Oh, if we go to the White House, you know, like, I think I think we could change his heart." And Obama's like, "No, Joe." And he's
Like,
no, I'll see you.
No,
at
it's
the
quite
palace."
all right, Joe. You probably haven't gotten to this part yet, but one of the things I think makes Persona 5 very topical is how much like talk of politics and such that is going on through it. It's a very current game.
Yeah.
And it's not like this is a like so 2017 kind of thing. It's like the themes in this game will be, you know, relevant to human society for the next until we're extinct.
But especially now, it seems relevant.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
It was a pleasure having you on.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, is there anything you would like to plug, a Twitter or anything like that?
Oh yeah. You can find me on Twitter at @itxanthe, and I also have a Facebook page and Instagram. I have kind of a YouTube channel that I post random things every now and then. But yeah. Add me, follow me. let's chat.
Yeah.
Yay!
Woo.
Oh.